In this video, I'm going to teach you how to properly do the Backdoor Roth IRA through Vanguard in 4 simple steps so you don't run into trouble with the IRS. Most YouTube videos miss one crucial step in doing the Backdoor Roth, plus a bonus tip at the end. Is doing a Backdoor Roth IRA really worth the hassle? Well, if you want to grow your money and not pay any taxes, this video might be for you. Let's think about this. So if you put in $7,000 a year through your Backdoor Roth IRA and manage to grow that investment by 7.5% a year over the next 30 years, then you could potentially make $500,000 all tax-free. I'll leave that up to you if you want to do this or not. Step number 1, open a traditional IRA first with Vanguard. Why Vanguard? They pioneered low-cost index fund investing, and the other brokerage firms just copied them later. Once you have a traditional IRA with Vanguard, go to Transact at the upper middle, click on Transfer Cash. Then click on Deposit to My Vanguard account. Then click on your traditional IRA. There's a lot of clicking there. Alternatively, when you're in My Dashboard, click on your traditional IRA account. Then click on Transfer Cash where there are 3 dots there. Then Contribute to IRA. Then it's going to ask you where you want to take the money from. This would be your bank account. If you haven't linked your bank account yet, you'll need to add that. Then enter the amount that you want to contribute, review the information, then click on Submit. 2 pro tips for you. When you file your tax return, don't deduct this traditional IRA contribution that you just made. If you already make too much money because you're ineligible for a Roth, you won't likely be able to deduct this contribution anyway. Second pro tip, when you file your tax return, make sure this contribution is reflected in a Form 8606 for non-deductible traditional IRA. Step number 2, investor contribution. Now, this is the step that's most commonly missed by a lot of people doing the Backdoor Roth. The other YouTube videos do not mention this. If you convert your traditional IRA immediately to a Roth, you might run into the step transaction doctrine issue with the IRS. Say what now? The step transaction doctrine is a thing in the US where if you perform a series of separate steps consecutively, such as contributing to a traditional IRA and converting it to a Roth IRA, the IRS might view it as a single transaction, which is you contributing to a Roth, which you're no longer eligible, and you might end up paying thousands of dollars in penalties. So do yourself a favor and listen to this step correctly. So do yourself a favor and invest your contribution first. Wait for a couple of months before converting it to a Roth. We'll get to that in a little bit later. To invest your contribution in Vanguard, click on Transact at the top, then click Buy and Sell. Now, you will have several options on how to invest your traditional IRA contribution. You can invest in ETFs, stocks, mutual funds, CDs. That's totally up to you. If you want to hire a fiduciary financial advisor who can help you invest well to help you get that potential $500,000 in earnings over 30 years, then feel free to schedule a discovery call with one of my CFP advisors. Now in this example, I clicked on Trade ETFs and it took me to this page. Under Account, select your traditional IRA account. And then under Symbol, type in the symbol of the ETF, exchange traded fund that you want to invest in. And then under Transaction, you're going to click on Buy. Under Number of Shares, you'll have to compute the number of shares that you'll need to buy. So if the ETF that you'd like to buy is $100 a share and you're contributing $7,000 and you want to invest that money into that single ETF, so 7,000 divided by 100, so you can buy 70 shares. So you input that in number of shares. You're going to notice that commission is free. You don't pay any commissions for buying or selling in Vanguard. And then preview order, under estimated amount, actually make sure that that is less or about the same as the amount that you contributed, so you don't buy more than what you have. Now make sure everything is accurate, then you can click on Submit. The nice thing about doing this in Vanguard is if you make your contribution during the times when the stock market is open from 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, you can contribute and invest your contribution right away. Step number 3, move your pre-tax IRAs to your current 401k. Again, many people miss this step, and it has to do something with the IRS aggregation rule. And I know that sounds super boring, but if you get a huge tax bill, it won't be so boring. So let's say you switched jobs a couple years ago and some dude cold called you and managed to convince you to roll that old 401k over to a rollover IRA, pre-tax IRA. Let's say you have $93,000 in a rollover pre-tax IRA. If you contribute $7,000 to your Vanguard traditional IRA, now you have $100,000 in total IRA, 7% of which is your traditional IRA. Now, if you convert that $7,000 traditional IRA to a Roth while still having that $93,000 in pre-tax IRAs, the IRS will view it as if you converted 7% of your pre-tax rollover IRA to a Roth. And because it's pre-tax, then it could and will lead to an unnecessary tax bill, which is going to make you sad. And I don't want you to be sad. So move your pre-tax IRAs to your current 401k, 403b, or TSP retirement plan. The fourth and final step in doing a backdoor Roth in Vanguard is converting your traditional IRA to a Roth. Now here, timing again is crucial. When would you want to convert your traditional IRA to a Roth? If you ask 5 financial advisors, they will each give you 5 different answers. So some advisors will be comfortable converting that right away, which again, if you don't want to run into the step transaction doctrine issue with the IRS, I do not recommend that. First option, some advisors wait for a month, some a quarter, some wait for 12 months, some wait and convert the Roth IRA during the next calendar year. So it's really up to your risk tolerance. Vanguard makes it really easy for this step to convert your traditional to a Roth IRA, because once you click on your traditional IRA account, you will see a button that says convert to Roth IRA. Now, once you click on that button, convert to Roth IRA, it will first warn you that this may be a taxable event and the conversion is permanent. Now, if you, let's say, by the time you convert, you contributed $7,000, and then by the time you convert, it's already $7,200. Now, you would need to pay taxes on that $200 in earnings that you just made. Now, click on Start My Roth Conversion. And now, Vanguard really wants to make sure you know what you're doing. There's going to be another page that says, do you understand the implications of converting your traditional IRA to a Roth? If you do, click on Continue. Again, another warning saying that they will not withhold taxes for you. Then if you agree with that, click on I agree. Then it's going to take you to a page that shows the investments in your traditional IRA. Just click on Continue. And it'll ask you, do you want to convert all of the account or only some of the funds? If you are doing the backdoor Roth, you will want to convert all of the account. And then it's going to ask you to choose which account to convert the funds to. That'll be your Vanguard Roth IRA. If you haven't opened one, then you'll need to open a Vanguard Roth IRA first. And then it's going to ask you your preference for a tax withholding notice. Now you can just select any of that. The most important thing really is come tax time, you log in and download all the tax forms that Vanguard is going to generate for you. Now for the last step, review all the information, then click on Submit, and voila, you just completed the Backdoor Roth IRA in Vanguard. You can repeat these 4 steps every year for you to continue growing your money tax-free. Here comes the bonus tip. How can you make sure that you have properly reported this Backdoor Roth transaction in your tax return? This becomes especially important if you're preparing your tax return yourself or if you're hiring a tax preparer. To be honest, I've seen so many tax preparers get this incorrectly. So in your 1040, look at line 4A, which is called IRA distributions. This is the amount that you converted from traditional to your Roth. In this example, our client converted $69.29 out of the $7,000 in contribution, because by the time you converted, the stock market has dipped a little bit. Now, very important, line 4B, the taxable amount in this example is incorrect because it's saying $69.29. All of the conversion was taxable, which is incorrect because you made a non-deductible contribution and the conversion amount was less than your contribution. $0 should be taxable, right? So let's say you contributed $7,000 and then by the time you converted it, it's $7,200. Only $200 of that, your earnings, should be taxable, which should then be reflected in line 4B.